Hello and welcome back to Bevo's Tech Pack episode number 37. I'm Mar28 and I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition. I've definitely intended to do a little bit more on this, but I gotta tell you that Dragon Age Inquisition came out and I am a BioWare fan most of the time. I was a little let down with the way that they had handled Mass Effect 3 towards the end, but for the most part it was still a decent game, but that's totally irrelevant to this conversation. Yeah, no, I've been playing the poo out of Inquisition, and I gotta tell you, it's really fun. It's closer to 2 on certain aspects than I would like, but on the whole, it's much better than 2 in terms of, like, say, just plain world and stuff, and that is a major bonus. But it's not necessarily as fiddly as Origins was, so I mean it's a really good mix. And because of that, I've not been really doing a lot of work around here. Most of this place is just like a little bit of busy work that I was able to work on while having a few minutes here or there. So like this, I put the portal here just so I could get back and forth quickly. Though it wasn't working just now because since I was playing Dragon Age, I hadn't been on to fuel the reactor and it's been running the entire time, and yeah. I might want to see about finding a way to make reserve power. So if we come down here, this is going to look pretty similar to the way we had before. I've not done anything to these walls or anything. You'll notice that there are little doorways back there, but we'll ignore that for now. This little area under stairs here is now got this nice little smooth white walls. These are neat. It's the enameled wall panels. They have a really neat connected texture. And if we go through here, this is going to be a walkway. I still need to find out a good way to do this because this does not look so good right now. But its general idea is there's going to be a walkway down here. If we go down this way, this will take us towards the area where we're harvesting all of our zombie stuff, which, by the way, you're probably going to like this. Check out all the zombie heads. That's from a passive spawn being killed with iron spikes. That's ridiculous. That's all the heads we will ever need. Anyway, if we go around the corner here, this is how we'll access the back of each of the chambers. I'm not quite sure. Right now I have it like right here on the dead center. I think what I'm going to do actually is move it to, like for this one, it'll be on the left, and then the one over here will be on the right, so they'll be next to each other, because I have to put the Killer Joes in here too, and I want to be able to have them accessible, but I don't want to have them like off-center, so they need to be pretty much right here. If we come around this way, we have a little pathway sticking out of the side of the mountain, since this is a big, huge empty space. I'll go ahead and I'll try to, I don't know if I can do that, but I'll go ahead and try to make it look like this is like the exterior of a building just arcing through. And then we get over to the side, and these are the back ones. Pretty much the same thing. Interspersed throughout the floor here, this is the laboratory block from Chisel, but there's also, can I find one? There's painted glowstone right here from Ender.io. So it looks just like the regular block, except it gives off light, which is fantastic, so I can get away from having torches everywhere. Alright, we'll come around the corner. And then over here we have the last 2 rooms, as well as another pathway down to the main hallway here. So it works pretty good. I just got to make this tunnel look better, or at least find a way to hide it or something. What we're going to be doing today, though, is since we have all of the zombie heads piling up and we have the rotten flesh we'll ever need, we need to get set up with the actual farm for netherwort and stuff, and we need to get started producing the nutrient distillation for our Killer Joes. The only other issue that we're going to be running into, which is not so much right now, but eventually we're going to hit it, to power each of these spawners is going to take a very large amount of power. It's going to take enough power that I cannot reliably run them with just Ender.io stuff by themselves. So what I'm thinking is it might be good to look into some of the reactor turbines from big reactors, but I don't want to run another nuclear reactor. What I'm thinking I would like to do is I could get the steam I need. I could get all the steam I need using railcraft boilers, because I mean even a max size railcraft boiler will consume quite a bit of fuel, but they're fairly efficient considering, and they produce a good amount of steam. I think a max size high pressure is about 720 millibuckets of steam per tick. Due to the way it's produced, you might need a little bit extra than max size to be able to actually get that full rate. But you can make a lot of power for that much steam, especially considering what you would normally get just using a regular thing of steam dynamos or engines or whatnot to extract it. Anyway, I am talking a storm. So I should actually have a new bag here. This one is, if you notice, it is not a backpack, it is an underpouch. So if I lose it, I don't lose all the items. Yay! Anyway, if we go ahead and open it up, I do have quite a bit of stuff set aside here. Got some Killer Joes I recreated, some zombie generators. These guys will actually be creating the nutrient distillation. It's going to be creating the distillation and consuming it. So, I mean, it's not too bad, actually. And did I... I made another farming station. It's fantastic. It's like I knew what I was doing. Alright, so we will need the fluid conduit, and we'll need the item conduit. Villagers. I don't remember what I was going to use the villagers for. At the very least, I should probably get these guys breeding so I can get some more villagers without having to explore. Okay, we'll need the nether wart. And the soul sand. And then the hoe and axe. Alright, so since we are just doing nether wart, we can actually just go ahead and grow that stuff in here. It really doesn't take too much space. And it's, I mean, this stuff grows everywhere. The only thing I do need to do is, let's go ahead and turn this to slow mode. I don't want to tear a hole in this entire area. Alright, so I think right here would be good. One of the main reasons why I'm going with another wart for this is because of all the options I have available, it is quite possibly the easiest one to farm. After that would be mushrooms, but I mean, they're not hard, but they are inconvenient. That's what, 4x4, so that's not quite right. We'll need to move the chunk loader. Possibly center it on my base a little bit better that we have going over here. We also need to run a hole in the ground. There we go. Alright, so in this hole we need to actually lay power conduit, which I probably don't have on me, do I? No, I don't. How about in the bag over here? Failure. Backpack. Nope. Okay. We're going to pretend that this single piece of energy conduit is an entire stack. And we're just going to put it right along the edge here. Yeah, there we go. We also need an item conduit. And then on top of this, we're just going to do the farming station. This thing is so freaky. Where did my other one go? Oh, there it goes. Inventory tweaks, you always freak me out. So bad. Let's do half and half. Oh, and you still have a little bit of power. Okay. Alright, so those are good. We just need to get these guys water, and we need to get them nether wart. Alright, so that is good there. We enter fluid conduit. These guys can go in the back for the purpose of this conduit, because we're going to be extracting out the top. Though truth be told, since I'm using the ender conduit, it doesn't really matter which way I do it. Did I remake a reservoir? Nope, but I brought a bucket. That is not helpful at all. Okay, so now we have a reservoir. We're just going to go ahead and put it right back here on the wall. So if we get the 4 blocks, okay, that's good, and then water, and then as soon as we get one more, this thing should start creating its own water. There we go. Extract without signal. And these guys should be... Oh, great, they're loading up. That's fantastic. Dun 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 dun. What did I do with my dev null? I am a terrible person. So terrible. Alright, so we have these here, that's good. The other thing that we're going to need to do is to get the zombie generators set up and running. And these guys will need power coming out of them as well as fluid going in. And the fluid going in for this is going to be the nutrient distillation here. I want to be able to have this come out of here easily, so I guess I can just run it through the wall. Since this is under I/O, I don't really need to worry about it too much, since I can hide it with the conduit thingies. But yeah, I know I'm full of bad words today. I apologize for that. Anyway, let's see. We'll go ahead and have this come out the bottom. And I suppose, just for the show of it, we'll have these guys in the wall. Let's have them overseeing the farm. For now, we have 2. I might have to upgrade this to have 3 of them, but that's okay. Oop. I keep forgetting how much of a jump that thing is. There we go. And then we'll also go ahead and run the power conduits over here. Alright, so that is all connected. The only thing that will take for us to be able to get this stuff growing into here is Nether wart, which means we need to grow this stuff. Well, this seems to be a problem. It looks like right now Mechanism is not working with under I/O. So I'm willing to bet that a mod is doing some bad stuff with the RF API. Okay, so if that doesn't work, I suppose we can use some other form of power storage. So that would leave either the capacitor from under I/O, which is always good, I just wanted to do something different, or a energy cell from thermal expansion. I think for the purpose of this, that the energy cell from thermal expansion, well, you know what, actually it makes no difference. They both have the same feature that I want, which is the ability to control output. I want to make sure that we're not burning too much power. So let's just come in here. Do we have one over here we can steal? Yeah, let's just take this one. We've not used this potato thing in a while. Okay, so for now we're just going to go ahead and remove the thing there. Tell you what, let's actually just go ahead and move this guy over here. We don't need power conduits if we have this set up so that the capacitors in between the generators. Okay, we'll get rid of that. And the main thing I need to do is make sure that I tell the conduit here. I think I need to get lower since I don't have a wrench. Tell the conduit here for energy to be disabled. I probably could have done that from the zombie generator itself, thinking about it. And I can't actually drain my energy cube into here, unfortunately. That'll charge it. Oh. See if this works. You're not a cube. Okay, so I can charge it that way, so that's good. I'll be able to get the energy out of here at least, and that should be enough to get this thing kick-started. No seeds. Yes, I know you have no seeds. These capacitor banks hold a ton of energy. That's crazy. Alright, so we want to pull power from the right and left. It should do it automatically. Actually, we really don't need to configure this. And the bottom is going to be output. There we go. Alright, so you have got to love the watering can. I went ahead and I sped up the growth on a few of these to get a nice little cycle going so far. And this is going quite well. I mean, it's very minimal damage to the diamond hoe. I will need to come back here at one point and replace it. But I mean, I really don't care if I lose 2 diamonds. And these guys are going good. They're making me some nutrient distillation. Right now we have a surplus of it, actually. And from this point on, we're going to have a surplus of it because these guys will not consume the amount that it takes to produce it. And we would actually have a surplus of power if this thing wasn't running right now, going crazy trying to charge all my stuff. It's almost done though, so it shouldn't be too much longer for it. I think there's one other thing that I really wanted to do today. I want to try to keep today's episode a little short because, to be honest, I've got a really bad habit of running long on episodes, and I really don't want to do that, but I just keep doing it because I keep trying to shove more stuff in there, and it's something I need to work on. I know what I do is not always too terribly interesting, so I would like to be able to do the best that I can to improve the quality without like drastically changing what I am or what I'm doing. Now, just crazy, does the Enderman sounds, I just heard one, I think it might have been a little Enderminy or whatever. They make anyone else think of owls? Maybe? No? Alright. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. So I figured it might be a good idea to actually test to see how the spawn chamber works. And as it turns out, this is completely useless. Right now, the Endermen they spawn anywhere inside that room, and if they spawn in the back half away from the Killer Joe towards me right now, they're just going to stand there until they despawn. For the most part, they're not going to wander around, and the Killer Joe can only actually get them... Where did you come from? I heard little piddle-paddling of footsteps, and then I turn and there's a creeper. Alright, anyway, the Enderman here, like this guy right here, he's going to chill. As long as he stands right there, he's not going to die. I need to find a way to actually move the Enderman towards the Killer Joe. Right now on the floor there is a little tiny block there. It's called an attractor obelisk. And I have it keyed to attract Enderman, but it doesn't actually seem to pull them any closer than what it is right now. So maybe it just keeps them from leaving a little bit of a wider area, but it doesn't do quite what I want. I could try conveyor belts from Minefactor Reloaded, but I don't think mobs can spawn on those guys. So that wouldn't be too terribly useful for me. Alright, so this should be full up. Let's go ahead and turn it on to always active. That's awesome. That drained the entire power bar here, and it didn't have enough to spawn a single mob. That's terrible. Alright, yeah, we'll just leave it always active. See, now it is actually taking what power it has doing stuff, so I'm kind of confused. There's something a little bit wonky going on there. In a second, we should get a few Endermen spawning, though, and it should be good. Hopefully it'll be good. The other thing to try would be to see if maybe it's just the Endermen specifically that don't like being attracted. I might have better luck if I try the golems we have here. Yeah, let's go ahead and try the golems. I want to go ahead and thank you for watching this episode of Bevo's Tech Pack, even though it was a little bit odd and a little bit weird and a lot of bit derpy. It was fun to actually get back to recording, though I have got to be completely honest and... well, I just have to be completely honest. Dragon Age Inquisition is a really fun game, and more than likely my next episode will also be late because of it. For that, I apologize. Our little setup in here is actually working quite well, especially considering that's actually running off of roughly 60 redstone flux per tick. It's behaving a lot better than I thought it would. And it's also a setup that right now this can run indefinitely by itself without any additional work, so that's a good sign. The main thing that I'm going to need to do, I believe, is find a way to distribute it and make sure that only enough power to run this at the bare minimum goes in each chamber, but that's not really an issue. It's definitely doable. My issue is that Enderman there. So we're getting stuff that gets stuck in those corners, and it doesn't despawn, so that's not good. I mean, eventually he's going to despawn, but I mean, if the spawner spawns stuff and they go in the corner, they don't get attracted or anything. They don't get killed. They don't get killed, nothing else spawns, so that's bad. That is something to worry about at a later point, though. Let's go ahead and get back to first person here. For now, we are going to go ahead and call it quits, because I've got some more Dragon Age to play. And, well, let's just face it, the Herald of Andraste waits for no one.